You're listening to Haunted Tales with Skoto the Reaper. I checked the weather obsessively by VerdantVoidling. The sun was just beginning to set beyond the mountains which encircle my hometown when a spring rainstorm popped up. I hadn't expected rain. The forecast had been showing clear skies all day long. It started as nothing more than a drizzle, and quickly became a deluge, before subsiding back to a drizzle. As the downpour waxed and waned all around, I was disturbed to hear a sound which was not born of nature. It was the sound of somebody trying my back door's handle. The torrential rain slowed long enough to hear a slow, low, disappointed voice say, "Stop, I felt panicked. Somebody was trying to get into my house. I was allowed only a second to grapple with this realization before I was wrenched back into the present by the sound of thunder slamming itself against my side door. The knob attempted to turn uselessly against its locked mechanism. The voice came again, this time sounding devastated, as if encountering a locked door while trying to gain entry to my home, or one of fate's cruel tricks. "Locked up nice and proper." My heart skipped a beat at the sound, and it skipped another when I turned to look at my front door. Unlocked. I ran for the door. I doubt that I'd ever moved that fast before, and I'm sure I could never do it again. I slammed against my wooden savior in haste, the lock sliding in with a clunk, immediately answered by a thunderous impact which shook the frame of the door, if not the whole house. Picking up myself from where I lay several feet away from the door, I saw that it had remained intact. Even the glass portion in the middle of the door was unmarred by the titanic force which slammed against it. I began to process what I was seeing beyond the glass. The thing which had been trying to enter my house had its face pressed up against the transparent barrier. It was a putrid mass of writhing flesh. Hundreds, if not thousands, of tiny tentacles comprised the bulk of the face. It had the eyes of a snake. Its tentacles moved in perfect synchronization to reveal a mouth filled with row after row of way too many teeth. Its teeth were round and dark in color, like stones worn smooth by a river. It spoke again, this time consumed by animal rage. "All locks thee up thee. Good. After its outburst, the creature took to silently leering at me, with only enough of its head exposed to allow its eyes to see me. We stayed like that for a while, the thing leering at me with cold fury in its eyes, me staring back with cold piss in my pants. Eventually the rain subsided, and that devil disappeared from my doorstep. I had thought that would be the end of it. 4 months had gone by, and I was beginning to approach the idea of letting go of the horrific experience I'd had. It had been almost an hour since I had last checked the weather, and I was thinking of going for 2. That's when I saw the announcement of a pop-up storm for my area. All of my doors had been staying locked for months, and that day was no different. The thing made its rounds, growing in volume corresponding with its rage. When it had checked all of my doors and found its efforts frustrated, it took to leering at me just as before. It's been 7 years since then. I'm a morning person by necessity. That's when I do all my shopping, gardening, working, and general outside stuff. I check my weather app every 15 minutes. These are precautions I've taken, as I don't know how it all works. I don't know what would happen if I were away from home when a surprise storm rolled in. I don't know what this thing even is. I do know one thing, though. After 7 years of maximum effort attempts, the thing now only bothers, half-heartedly, to check the front door. Finding no success, it sighs and goes to sulk in a corner. After 7 years, it's giving up.